Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Beneficial, aka the Fitness Trucker, and I'm back with another video. I just want to speak a little bit about the truth behind touch-free jobs. So stay tuned, y'all, and let's get into it. So yeah, y'all, I just want to speak a little bit about touch-free jobs, because the number one thing I always hear from people that's fresh out of trucking school or for people that's looking for jobs is they don't want no touch-free job. You know what I mean? They not trying to put that strain on their body. You know, they ain't trying to be doing all that extra bullshit, I guess. That's what people call it. But you got to understand this, right? When you fresh out of school, meaning you don't have no experience, unless you're planning on doing a over the road or a team driving job where you're not going to be coming home for maybe 2, 3, or 4 weeks, you're not going to be making no money. You're not going to be making no money. You know, people be thinking, oh, truck drivers, they make a shitload of money. And I mean, you can make some good money, but you can't be afraid of touching that freight, meaning you touching that shit that's in the back of that trailer. You can't be afraid of getting sweaty. You can't be afraid of your body being sore. This is what you do. Like, yo, we like touch freight drivers. This is what the fuck we do in order to get that money. You know what I mean? And, you know, there's tons of benefits of touch freight jobs. It keeps you in shape. I'm pretty sure y'all see some of these truck drivers that be hopping out these trucks at these truck stops. They be overweight than a motherfucker. They be obese. Driving trucks, obese. And to me, it's kind of scary, because when you're at that type of weight, you're a walking heart attack. Now, you're behind a 18-wheeler truck, and who knows how much weight is on. It can go up to 80,000 pounds. Now, you operating a 80,000-pound vehicle, and you're a walking heart attack. That shit is scary if you really think about it. So, you know, there's numerous benefits of having touch-free jobs. You know, when you're working in the cold, that shit warm you right up, because, you know, you back there touching that freight. Now, it's different types of touch-free jobs. You can have a job where you just got to use like a pallet jack and you just moving the pallets off. Or you may have a job where you got to get back there and touch every box that's in the back of that trailer. But listen, if you coming out here to be a trucker, then 9 out of 10 times you're a provider. You're providing for your family. You don't want to come out here and got, you know, making $500, $600, $700 a week because you don't have no experience. You don't want no touch-free job. Like, you might as well stay home and have a warehouse job. Like, nah, man. Listen, if you're going to sacrifice, if you're going to provide, if you're going to go out there for your family, you might as well go all out. You might as well get that touch-free job. Get to that money. Because without that, these jobs going to play you. Without, you know what I mean? Without experience, without getting a touch-free job, these jobs is going to play you for your first year, maybe 2 years before you really start to see some real money. So listen, man, don't be afraid of these touch-free jobs. I know a lot of people that's in these CDL schools with you, they already brainwashing you like, yo, listen, I'm not doing no touch-free job once I graduate. Listen, man, that shit's going to keep you active. It's going to keep your heart flowing because you back there working out. And if you're not eating right, you know, 9 out of 10 times, most of these truck drivers are not eating right because we don't prioritize meal prepping before we jump back on the road. We don't prioritize our health. You know, we just jump in these trucks. We get to where we got to go. We pull over. When we get to a truck stop, we go in there, grab the chicken wings, grab the French fries, a bunch of bullshit. So if you're not going to be eating right, you have to work out. put some type of balance to it. And if you ain't a workout guy like me, that touch-free job is going to help you get your workout in while you get into that money. And for me, when I was doing just a drop and hook job when I first started out, because I had to do my 4 weeks over the road with my trainer before I was able to progress to getting my own truck, to me, that shit was boring. That shit is boring. You just driving, your GPS, your shit say 5 hours before you get there. You just driving, listen to music. To me, man, that shit is boring as hell, man. And don't get me wrong, there's pros and cons to everything, even with touch free. You know what I mean? There's pros and cons to that as well. But if I had to choose, I'm about getting to this money. So if I can make more money doing touch-free job compared to not touching that freight, making $600-700 a week versus a touch-free job where I'm getting 13 plus 100 a week more, come on, man. It's a no-brainer to me. But you really have some people that's really that lazy and they really don't want to do a touch-free job. They be like, oh, that shit is straining my body. Man, listen, right? I'm a workout freak. I'm a workout guy, right? One thing I notice is that whenever I get an injury in my back or injury, like just anywhere, if I completely take off and just rest completely, it feels like it takes longer for that shit to heal compared to when I go back to working out, because it's like the mobility, you moving, you know what I mean? You flexing that body back out. It's like, that's what helps the injuries. That's what helps the pain. So if you're a truck driver that's just sitting and you just driving, you sitting upright in a damn chair, that's an unnatural position for us to be sitting in for all of these hours, and you complaining about back pain, you complaining about all types of issues, and you not working out, you not getting out the truck, doing no type of exercising, you're going to stay in pain. You're going to stay in pain. So my thing is this, right? If you're going to be in pain from these long ass drives compared to you being sore from moving this freight around, which one you going to choose? I'm going to choose the one that come with more money every time. And listen, right now at the current job I'm at, one of the trainers there, he's 56 years old doing touch-free job. And you will not think this guy was in his 50s. He looked like he's in his 40s. And that's because most his job was touch-free jobs. That shit keep you youthful. That shit keep your blood pumping in your body. That shit making sure that your heart is pumping and flowing the way it's supposed to flow. Instead of just you sitting there driving. You know what I mean? Now, I don't want this video to look like I'm just knocking drop and hook jobs, because there's benefits in that as well, you know? But, you know, just mainly, I'm just pretty much speaking for all of the people that's in school and, you know, they getting ready to graduate and they hearing about touch-free jobs. So, you know, they trying to run from touch-free jobs. They find it hard to find jobs because they not trying to do a touch-free job. This is for them. That touch-free is where you're going to get that money. And I'm saying that because when I was in trucking school, we had the recruiters that was coming to the school trying to recruit us, you know, so we could get that hiring process started before we even graduate. And they showed us all the jobs. They're like, yo, listen, you got the Dollar Tree, the Dollar General, you know, these jobs where you can make 6 figures fresh out of school, compared to you having to do, you know, these OTR positions where it's like you got to be a team driver. And that's, man, listen, man, that team driving shit, not just the fact that I don't want to be in a truck with another guy or another girl, but to me, that shit is like, is unnatural. You know what I mean? Like, that truck stay rolling. So either you driving overnight and he driving during the day, or, you know what I mean? That shit, like, to me, like, that overnight shit is just, that shit is not healthy. Like that shit throws you off. That shit puts you, like, that shit make me feel like I'm in a twilight zone, like when I'm driving overnight. You know what I mean? Or even if you get with a driver, or I mean like a team driver that don't mind driving at night, and then you driving during the day, it's like, all right, so when you do stop driving and it's your time to rest, you got to sleep on the bottom bunk. Both of y'all got to sleep on the bottom bunk, because you can't sleep on the top bunk while that truck is moving. So y'all sleeping in the same bed. You know what I mean? So I'm not a fan of that team driving. My thing is touch-free jobs, yo. That shit's going to keep the body moving, the blood flowing. That way, if you all going to eat some bullshit, you able to sweat that shit out of you. You know what I mean? So that's all I got for y'all, man. Listen, do not be afraid of touch-free jobs. If you're trying to get to that bag, listen, man, try it out, yo. It's your boy Beneficial. Like and subscribe. Share this video to anybody that you know that's trying to get their CDL, or they just got their CDL and they thinking about which option that they want to go to. Listen, I'm not trying to tell you to do touch-free. I'm just trying to tell you that if you don't have any experience and you're trying to get that money fresh out of school, touch-free jobs is where it's at, y'all. Let's get it, y'all.